So far so good. I like the stance, looks nice. Son of a Karen, jeez. Oh Lord, it's even worse. Whoa. That's gonna take a lot of trimming. And on today's episode of Things Not to Do When It's 100 Degrees Outside, we are going to install some forged aluminum wheel spacers onto the Tundra. Alright, so I had to improvise a little bit with this 2-inch lift. Don't do this at home. But I needed just a little bit more to get the tire loose. All right, so now with the front end in full drop here, you can hear. Yeah. So we got the Toyo MT, and that is a 35, 12, 5, 18, and I'm super happy so far. Very smooth on the road. So anyway, all right, let's get this tire off and get these spacers on. Okay, total bummer here. When I ordered these, I was under the impression that it was a full set of 4, not a set of 2. And it's not like it's a 1/4 of an inch spacer or anything, so I'll have to order another set. This is going to put me back at least 2 more days before I can do this, and I really need to be able to drive my truck. So I guess we will pick this back up when we can complete the whole service here, do the whole thing. So regrettably, we'll have to wait. Bummer, but here we go. There they are. It's going to make quite the difference. And the only thing I'm really concerned about is that's a pretty significant spacer, and I don't know how, when it changes the angle turning in, I don't know whether or not I'm going to have to cut any of this right here, which it's time for a front bumper anyway. So if we have to cut anything, might as well just take the bumper off. Anyway, all right, well, all that was for naught, so pick this back up in a few days when I get the other 2 in. Okay, I don't want to have to tear all this down again, so I've just decided I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to install just the fronts only for now. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. These are fairly clean, but I'm going to wipe them down real quick just to get all the grime off. We'll apply a little bit of thread locker here up to all 5 studs. Let's put the spacer on. I will hand tighten those pretty good first, and then I'll put something heavy in there on the brake pedal and finish torquing it off and put the tire back on and tighten those babies down, at least 2 goes on that. And then it recommends after the first 100 miles to retorque everything, and then every 3,000 miles going forward. So sounds like a plan. All right, sufficiently torqued. And also, I'm not sure if I had mentioned, but I'm using G2 axle and gear wheel spacers. Those are a 2-inch spacer, and part number (93-50-200HC), which you can see right there. So, just to keep from running into any issues, I'm going to go ahead and hold that brake one more time. Give it a one more pretty good torque down before I put it on the ground, and then we'll retorque it again when I get it on the ground. You cannot be too cautious, especially with this. But let's look at this. Look at the distance on that now. Wow. Heck yeah. Actually, you may not be able to see that, so let's put a little light on things. Huh? Look at that. Wow, what a difference.
Kind of feel.
Alright, so got the helper out here to finish, got the helper out here to help me finish the passenger side. And we've run out of daylight, so we'll show what the finished task looks like. But that gives you a good idea of it's fairly easy to install. And then we'll look at it tomorrow and in the daylight in the same part of the driveway and everything, and then we can check the difference between the two.
Daddy.
Huh? What is that?
It's going to plug, Daddy.
It's a lug nut?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, hey, what am I doing here?
In the shop.
I'm in the shop. What are we doing? What are we changing?
I didn't know. What if we got time go, Daddy?
Yeah, we changed the tire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy.
Alright.
Yeah.
Anyway, if like I said, if you've watched this more than once and you haven't subscribed yet, please think about hitting that subscribe button and come back and see us as we put new content out. Thank you guys, and back at this passenger side tire. Well, that's gonna need some attention, like any time here. Oh, goodness gracious. don't put that on the list of to-do things, so I have to do that. Like, I have to get the part tomorrow. That's no bueno. Yeah. All right, let's check our work for any kind of rubbing on the inner fender, and we will wrap this video up. So far, so good. I like the stance, looks nice. Son of a Karen, jeez. Oh Lord, it's even worse. Whoa. It's gonna take a lot of trimming. Well, let's check it out. Right there we're hitting. Oh yeah. Take that out. Cut that lip off the top. It's gonna probably fix there. And ooh, that's so close. Of course, when that tire gets stuck on any kind of like obstacle or anything, that's going to really wreck the bottom of that. So I think I'm going to have to just take this lower piece off, and that'll give me plenty of clearance. But that gets that way away from the upper control arm. All right, so we'll come back when we figure out a solution for that rubbing, and I also have to put in a new CV axle shaft, so we'll try to get this thing operational, get it tidied up, and get it where it doesn't scare people when I pull into parking spots or hit a bump and completely wreck that inner fender. So anyway, just a little bit of trimming, we should be good. See you next time.